Okay, now this is quite a fun little breakaway from what we've been doing for a bit, but we need to create the warp gate on the front of our model. So, if I isolate this selection here, this is where we're going to build our warp gate. So to start off with, we need to build something that's kind of going to fit inside of this. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to select this, and I'm going to do a ring and a connect. It doesn't really matter, you know, how far in I'm connecting it. That should do. Click OK. Now I'm going to select here, just there, and I'm going to do a ring, and then I'm going to do a control select by polygon. Now I'm going to drag this out, and I'm going to clone it to an object which I'm going to call warp gate. And this is where our battens are going to come out of once they're finished at the minibar. Okay, next, kind of looking at this shape here, because I've got to get this correct so that it works, yeah? I'm going to take this half and take it, oh, got the wrong bit selected. I'm going to take this half and take it away. By the way, if you want to make a rendering of this with a minibar in, I would love to see it, I have to admit, because I bet it looks really funny. Right, now what I need to do is get rid of just about everything except for this one here. So I'm going to bring that in, and then I'm going to just cull off the rest of these polygons. So for those two, just delete. Now over here I'm going to do a target weld, and I know this is a real kind of convoluted thing, but it is going to look nice, honestly. Promise. By the way, we're going to be creating a few polygons, hope you don't mind. Okay, I'm going to go over here and just pull this until we get, you know, the breaking of our bounding box, which is about there. Okay, and now this has been created in the right direction. Now, don't need the top or the bottom especially. Look on here and we can see that we're going to have to bring that out a little bit more anyway, so just bring these to the right a bit. Just had to pause there because I did the mother of all sneezes. Okay, now to do an extrude. And bring that straight across to there so it fills everything. Yep, all the way through. Click OK. Go back in perspective zoom. Now, we're going to select this, 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 and this. Control I, delete everything else. And then we're going to select this and this. Backspace, get rid of the verts. There, 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 and there. Backspace. Now, we can just use something like a mesh smooth. See that? 6 iterations. Ha, I don't even care. Do 7 if you're feeling daring. I'm going to do 6 though, because I'm not that daring. Okay, with our iterations stuck on here, we can now create our warp gate. And this is quite surprisingly easy as well. If we go over here to our space warps and drop down to geometric deformable, if we pick wave or ripple, I'm going to use ripple, just pull it out like this, and then do that. Okay, now wavelength, I'm going to reduce that a bit. I'm going to increase my segments so that it's smoother, and my divisions. And for the display, I'm just going to increase the amount of circles just so I can see how it looks. Now, what I'm going to do, just temporarily, is set an auto key, okay? And, pardon me, I'm going to drag this from 0 to 100 over here, and I'm going to set my phase to about 3, so it's 1 shift in phase every second, yeah? Now if I zoom in a bit and press that, you'll see the waves are kind of coming in. Well, that's okay I suppose. Oh, let's undo that, because I want the waves going out really, don't I? So, auto key, decay, sorry. I'm going to set my phase, if I go over here, to -3. Oh, now it's going the other way. Okay, and do that. Now if I set up my decay as well, you'll notice it flattens out at the edges, which I really want. So now press play, and you'll notice it's kind of doing that, but when it gets to the start and the end, it slows down and then it starts again. So if we click on the key, right click and go to Ripple 01 Phase, you get this cool little thing here with the input and output, and it shows as a curve. If we change the in to straight up, bottom left to top right, and this one, kind of the opposite, that's a smooth in and a smooth out, so the speed's not going to change. Now if we go over here, we can do the same again. You'll notice we can change the value in here as well, which is good, and the time. Okay, close that. Now, hit the // or just press play, and you'll notice it's completely even. Nice too. And very relaxing. You can sit and watch it for hours. Okay, now, flip this over. Because it's proximity to that plane that makes a big difference, yeah? So I'm going to flip that over like that to about 90. And then I'm going to align it to this on the X, Y, and Z. There we go, it's right in the middle. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bind this to this, okay? So for that, I need to go here, bind to space warp, click on this and drag to here. And as you see, our space warp is now affecting this. Now, I can go back to this, and I can reduce the amount of visible circles, because we don't really need to see them now, because we've got this going, yeah? And I'm going to group these as well. Comes in handy, and this will be the glowing warp gate. Click OK. Okay, now if I take my glowing warp gate here and just shunt it back in here, so it's nicely out the way, you see? Now watch, if I hit F4, // you can see it's a proper warp gate. It's a little bit kind of wonky though, so hang on, let's just open our group a minute. Okay, and if we select this, we can apply a smooth to it, which will make quite a nice difference, to be honest. Click auto smooth. There we go, and that's, you know, making a bit of a difference. Now we can go back to our group and close it again. Takes a little bit longer to calculate, but at least it's doing it now. I mean, if you want perfect and want it to look right, then you should probably do a kind of circular pattern to your iterations, which you're going to have to do yourself because it takes a while. Now what about material? Well, let's apply our glowing green to it. Okay, and now press F4 so I can see it properly. If I hit F9 just to check it, it should be glowing nicely. There it is. And you'll notice it's lighting up the rest of the door frame as well, which is pretty cool. I really like the glow material, by the way. It's lovely. Just watch it go. And you can see the ripples in there as well, which is excellent. Notice I didn't bother pausing this one. It's only going to take a minute or so, and you can fast forward if you get bored, I'm sure. Ah, microphone. Virtually sticking in my nostril. I like that it shows the kind of dimpling in the metal, which is good, and you can see, if you look there, the kind of back of the door through it, which I like as well. It's a lovely glow. Okay, that's cool. So, what do we do next? Well, we're going to go to the next appendix. So, I'll see you in Appendix F. So till then, thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.